Stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky. You guys, I just freaking lost all of it. I screwed up. I screwed up big. I got hurt bad. So a couple weeks ago, whenever I started to lose weight and kind of like do my whole diet thing, all the exercise, I was feeling good, and I went for 10 days. I lost 10 pounds. I felt awesome. I was on top of the world. I was losing at an acceptable rate, I think. I mean, it was fast enough for me that I was definitely seeing changes. But at the same time, it wasn't so fast that I was scared that I was losing muscle mass or losing too much weight. And so I did that. I lost 10 pounds in 10 days, and I was pumped and I was ready to keep going. But then something happened. My dad's birthday occurred. And so we went and we spent 4 days at my parents' house. We just, celebrated. We had a wild party. It was great. We were just, we were happy because he's getting so old, and old people are fun. And so I had lost all this weight, and over these 4 days, I kind of went into it blind. I didn't really have any idea of what I was going to do to try and stay healthy. And so I just ate. And I ate and I ate. I even continued doing my workouts over these 4 days, but I did not control my diet. And I literally ended up exactly where I started. I started at 262.2, and I ended up all the way back to 262.2. I gained 10 pounds again. My screen's getting dark. Let me fix it. Boop, 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 boop. And so, I put it all back on in 4 days, less than half the amount of time it took me to lose the weight. My mind was blown, and so I felt bad, real bad. So today I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about screwing up, about messing up, and about how to get back on the wagon after you do it. Because I know in the past, what would have happened if I had done this is that I would have thought that my diet was wrong, my workout was wrong, it was just all bad, and I would have taken another month or 2 months researching, nutrition and exercise and all that stuff, trying to find the optimal, perfect way to lose weight for me. And that's stupid, It does not need to take that long. You don't have to, just completely blow off your diet plan. So what I thought would be a good idea would be to use my AAA system, which I just made up off the top of my head while I was eating all that food at my dad's place. I was thinking, gosh, this sucks. I'm eating all this delicious food and ice cream, and mainly it was ice cream. I love ice cream. I kind of came up with this idea of what I needed to do after the weekend was done, pretty much, so that I didn't end up just like wasting another 2 months researching stuff. So the AAA system is this. First, you analyze. You have to figure out what you did wrong. What was, like, I had these 4 days, I was going to be at my parents' house. Where did I screw up? And I noticed that I screwed up by not planning. I had no plan going into this long weekend with how I was going to continue eating healthily. Number 2 is adjust. So just kind of take into account that you're going to have to change it next time. So next time I go to my parents' house, which will probably be, it won't be nearly as long. It won't be 4 days, but it'll probably be in like 2 weeks, because I like to try and visit them every 2 weeks, like one weekend there. And I'm going to adjust by planning. There are so many different things that I could have done to pretty much fix this, to have done better. I could have asked my dad to get things that would have been helpful to me for losing weight. I could have bought food that's good for me to go to lose weight. I could have just used whatever that they have in the house, because it's not like they only have unhealthy options. They have plenty of healthy food there at the house. So I had options. I just didn't plan on using them. I didn't think ahead of time, and that really screwed me up. So next time I'll probably just call up my dad and just ask him, hey, I'm going to be my wife and I and Adelaide, my daughter, we're going to be coming up for the weekend. can you just like make sure you have some oatmeal and some vegetables and fruit and rice, like that kind of stuff in the house, so that I can keep eating unprocessed grains and no sugar stuff, you know? It wouldn't have been that hard. My dad's super accommodating. He would have just been like, oh, totes my goats. Definitely. Yeah. He would not have said any of that, except for the definitely. He would have said definitely, but not totes my goats. He wouldn't have said that. So I needed to adjust, or I need to adjust in the future. And then the third A is act. I need to, instead of like taking 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or whatever to research a different diet, a new weight loss plan, what the next big superfood is or something like that, I need to just go ahead and use the knowledge that I have now and act, you know? I need to continue doing the diet that I was doing in the past and making whatever changes I needed to make after adjusting my diet plan. For me, the only adjustment I currently need to make is whenever I leave the house, whenever I'm going to visit someone or something like that, then I need to make appropriate plans for that time period. For some of you guys, I mean, you might notice that you're trying to cut calories down to like 1,500 a day. You might binge, and then after you completely fail, then you realize, oh, I failed and I screwed up. What do I do? Well, then first you analyze what was your problem. It wasn't maybe that you went out to go eat. The problem was maybe that you were, eating 1,500 calories a day. That was just too few, and you need to adjust it by upping the calorie intake to 2,000, 2,500 maybe, depending on your size and what your maintenance calorie is. You might be trying to do like paleo or keto or a vegan diet, and you might just completely binge and fail, and you fail for many days, or maybe it's just one day, whatever. And you have to analyze and think, why did I fail? And it might be that vegan or paleo is not for you. It might be that right now it's too restrictive and you should start slower. I actually once had the opposite thing done, where I was trying to be very, I was trying to like moderate my sweets intake. I was like, oh, I'll eat a cookie every day, but just one. And it did not work. I analyzed it and I was like, okay, that is my problem. I can't have a container full of cookies in my room or a carton of ice cream in the freezer and then be expected to not eat all of it, if I know where it is. And because I'm just the kind of person that if it's not around me, if it's not in the house, I'm good. I don't even notice that it's gone. But if it is, then it's very, very, very difficult for me to avoid it, to not just completely eat it all in one big sitting. So those are the 3 A's. Definitely helped me out. I hope it helps you guys out in the future whenever you screw up, because we all screw up. Everyone is going to mess up. I've binged so many times in the past, and I've just kind of fallen off the wagon so many times in the past. But each time back then, I would just stop and think that something was wrong, and so I had to research some more. It's not the case. People know what you need to do now, you guys. You know exactly what's good and what's bad. And if you don't, then keep watching these videos and I will help you out with that. If you like this video, then please go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, and share with pretty much anyone who you think might need this. If you want videos about specific subjects, let me know and I'll do my very best to accommodate you. Thanks, guys. Love you.